Casanovians. All right, boys. I've just had a beautiful meetup with one of our Entourage guys who came out to meet me in Bangkok. So that's been really nice. We've just been sat down talking about many different topics, actually. We're talking about testosterone levels. We were talking about the modern dating landscape. We were talking about having multiple families and multiple relationships and where the best locations are for modern dating. It was just, one of those like inner circle discussions. But it's just really cool for me to just, have this community of like-minded guys where I can go to all these different places in the world and I can invite people to come and join me, come and spend time with me, just soak up more knowledge, and like I can learn from the people in my community as much as they can learn from me. So yeah, it's cool. I was actually just about to leave I was about to leave the mall, but it started pissing it down with rain. So they're like, "Oh, you can't leave the mall out of that exit right now." So yeah, I decided to just stay in here and just do this live stream for you boys. And yeah, the stream that I wanted to make today was actually about people who you want to avoid. So rather than people who you're actually going out there to meet, like people that you actually want to avoid when you are getting started in this space of cold approach. So we actually had one of our guys who's been cold approaching in Rio de Janeiro in Brazil. He just sent a story through to our private WhatsApp group yesterday, and I wanted to relate that story to you boys just to kind of give you some cautionary tales of people who you want to avoid whilst you're on this journey, because not everybody in this world is there to actually support you. And in fact, a lot of people, when they find out what you actually want to do with your life, they can be quite resistant to it. So yeah, one of our guys is absolutely crushing it over in Brazil. He was out the other day and he saw this absolute worldie, this gob-smackingly gorgeous girl walk past him in Rio. And at the time, he was around a few guys, like a few high-level guys. So he sees this girl who he wants to talk to, and then he says to the group of guys that he's with, "Right, boys, I'm going to go over and I'm going to approach this girl. I'm going to get her phone number." And these guys, they're not Entourage guys. They're not guys who cold approach. They're guys who usually just like stand by a bar, pretending they've got like the imaginary laps, try to look all cool and alpha. And they were like, "Nah, dude, you can't do that. Like, you can't approach her during the day. Like, she's like a high-class lady. You're not allowed to approach her. You can't do that." Just really, it's a little bit loud here. Just like really, really imposing their self-limiting beliefs onto him. And he was like, "Fuck that. Like, I've worked with Kristian. I've got this skill now. Like, you can't tell me that I can't go over and approach this absolute worldie." So anyway, he goes over to her, big set of balls, approaches her. Of course, she absolutely loves it, because when you cold approach a woman, especially like a high level woman, like you're speaking to her biology rather than her psychology. It's like, it's a breath of fresh air, especially to the really attractive women, because like the really attractive women, nobody's approaching them. Like nobody's approaching them, especially stone cold sober during the day. Even in a city like Rio, a lot of the guys are still scared. So like he goes over, big set of balls. "Hey, you look amazing. Wanted to come over here, make your day. What you saying?" A little bit of back and forth. Gets the contact details, and then goes back to his like little posse, and they're absolutely gobsmacked. They're like, "Dude, how did you pull that off? Like what reality are you living in? Like how did you do that?" So it's just interesting because when you do unlock this skill, a lot of the people that you've been spending time with, they can't even comprehend it in their minds. It's like if you say to a guy who's completely broke, "Hey dude, by the way, I know a guy who makes millions of dollars per month." It's like they can't even comprehend it in their mind. So like when you do start to improve yourself, like once you do start to unlock this skill, now you can approach women, now you can get dates, now you're no longer in that scarcity mindset where you have to settle for what you think you can get rather than going after what you want. A lot of these civilians, a lot of these NPCs, these just like normie level guys, they won't understand it and they'll try and claw you back like crabs in a bucket mentality. But that's why it's super important. Like once you have unlocked this skill, that you're spending as much time as possible around guys who are on the same frequency as you. So it's like whenever I'm with like our guys in the Entourage, and they see somebody who they find attractive, and they're like, right, bro, listen, I'm gonna go over and talk to that girl, I'm fully behind them. Like, yes, bro, go in for that. Even if the conversation goes shit, even if he gets like a quote unquote blowout, I'm still gonna celebrate him. You know what I mean? I'm still gonna put my arm around him and be like, dude, you went in for it, she just wasn't your girl, you extended an invitation, she declined that invitation, but let's go. Like, I'm super proud of you for shooting your shot. That's what we need. Like, those are the people that we need in our lives. Like, guys who are on the same frequency, guys who actually get it, guys who, they won't even just like celebrate your wins, but they'll celebrate your perceived losses as well, because they get it, right? But like, this story from one of our guys, it really underscores the importance of not listening to the crabs in the bucket mindset, mindset of the masses. Like, oh no, dude, you can't go over to her, she's a high class woman, you have to, well, I don't know, like, how are you supposed to approach it? Oh, you have to wait for someone to introduce you, you have to DM her on Instagram, you have to wait until she's like messed up, or like go over to her like when you've got like 10 pints down you. It's like, no, you know, you can just have a big set of balls, go over to her during the day, make her feel better than the state that you found her. And I just think it's important, because as you start to develop as a man, as you start to improve yourself holistically, you take care of your fitness, your fashion, your finances, people want to see you do well, but they don't want to see you do better than them, right? And that's a big reason why you'll see a lot of people online who've created these like anonymous profiles who just want to hate on people such as myself who've actually decided to do something with their lives. Because when people see you doing well, it holds a spotlight up to what they could have been, and it triggers this status anxiety, right? So it's like, if you're hanging around with guys who you went to school with, and all of a sudden you start to surpass them, if all of a sudden they see that you're leveling up, and all of a sudden they see that you can actually go over and approach women who you find attractive during the day, it shines a spotlight up to what they could have been, and they'll start to hate on you for it. So this is why community is so important, right? Community and relationships. Those are, in my opinion, the two most important areas of life. If you've got great relationships and you've got great community, meaning you've got people in your life who support you and you are receiving love from the people in your life, then you're set, right? Like, all the money in the world can't make up for that. You've got great relationships, you've got great community. So that's why it's super important that you're selective about the people that you're spending time with. It's like, are the people in your life right now, are they helping you level up, or are they bringing you down? Are they trying to claw you back to their level because your success is shining a spotlight up to what they could have been? So yeah, I just wanted to share this story because I think it's important. It's like, if you're going out there and you are cold approaching and you are focused on improving yourself and becoming the most fuckable, confident, magnetic version of you, just start to observe how people who you've been closely connected to, just see how they start to change. Just see how they start to try and claw you back into conformity. And that's when it's time to start leveling up. Yeah, start finding new people, solo travel, build a business, make internet money, start paying for coaching, network, mentorships, start positioning yourself in better rooms around better people who are living better lives. Proximity is power. You know, you've heard it before, you're the average of the 5 people you spend the most time with. And that's why I built my community, because I want to be surrounded every single day. Not always in person, but it's like, if you're part of our WhatsApp community, if you're attending our weekly group coaching calls, then it's like you're in that constant ecosystem of encouragement, and a rising tide lifts all the boats. And then when we surround ourselves with winners, we win. Yeah, so just make sure that you've got people in your life at the moment who actually support you and support your mission. So yeah, I just wanted to document this. If you've got any semblance of value, then that's cool. Drop it a like. Make sure you subscribe to the channel. We've got our Entourage weekly group coaching call relatively soon. We have it every single Sunday, so yeah, it's quite busy in the mall. Oh look, Tesla. Yeah, if anybody wants a Tesla, go get me one. They've got Cybertrucks here as well. That'd be fucking cool. Fucking Cybertruck. Entourage escapade. Anyway, yeah, drop the live stream a like if you enjoyed it. I'll speak with you boys again tomorrow. If you've not done so already, download my free courses. And yeah, boys, I love you very much. Mwah.